I love words that sometimes don't seem to make sense. Words that are tautological, oxymoronic. I heard someone the other day refer to a male penis. That would be a tautology. You know, the oxymoronic words such as criminal justice and things like that. Words that either needlessly describe, needlessly support, needlessly undo what the others mean. And I've tried since the beginning of our LGBTQIA alphabet mafia transition. I've tried to understand the difference between two spirits and asexual, meta queer, or whatever words, because I love words. I'm a coddywampler, for God's sakes. I love neologisms. I love words that are arcane, recondite. I'm a logodedalist. I love putting words together, and I love phrases. I even like the way people now are unpacking things. Everybody wants to unpack something, a deep dive. Remember when Jen Psaki was always circle back. I'm going to circle back. And there's different phrases. Amazing, hilarious. Well, here's the one that I found the most interesting. And it will involve you following with me in the spirit of not mocking or laughing. This is not meant as any form of a derision or any kind of transphobic anything. It is a legitimate, actual, real question on my part to ask, what does this mean? But before I begin, let me ask you, dear and great friend, to, as always, please like this video. Our metrics are critical. Subscribe to our channel. We've got so much great stuff. And hit that little bell so you'll be notified of new streams and live videos. And also, our great friends, our great sponsors, our great friends at mypillow.com, your one-stop shopping center, your mecca for everything that you must have and you must need to enjoy and to luxuriate among the percales and the spreads and the blankets and the slippers and everything that you can imagine to help you sleep and to relax. mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. Use promo code Lionel and receive, speaking of tautologies, a free gift. mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. Now, let me read you this story. And again, please understand the spirit in which this is delivered. This is very, very simple. It's a story about Nikki Hiltz. She was in the 2023 US ATF Championship, and she won the indoor 1500 and blah, 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 blah. Now. But here's the story. And this is what I quote. This is a quote. I'm reading this quote. And by the way, I'm reading this from Fox Sports, excuse me. Quote, but this victory was more than just another. Let me rephrase it. Quote, but this victory was more than just another title under their belt. Hiltz, this would be Nikki Hiltz, is a biological female who identifies as transgender non-binary. It said it was a win for the trans community. Now let's break this down, shall we? A biological female born a woman. This is the quote. Let's just assume, I know it's Fox. You never know with these people. You know how they are. The old Tucker girls. I don't know. But let's assume arguendo just for the sake of argument. By the way, arguendo for the sake of argument versus innuendo, which is an Italian suppository, but I digress. She's born a biological female, so she's a woman. But she identifies as a transgender non-binary. Now, wait a minute. Let's do this. So born biological female, not cisgendered. See, because cisgendered is when you are born a particular gender, you are told this is your gender, you agree that this is your gender, and you follow it. You agree to it. It says on your birth certificate, male, female, and you say, yep, that's me. Now, that would be most people who not only agree to what they are told, they agree to what they are told because they are what they are told. Okay? It's fine. So we have a biological female who identifies yet as transgender. Now, transgender, this is important to understand this. And by the way, I'm looking this up. Transgender. I always want to be precise. Transgender to define. I'm always looking to do transgender is defined as someone whose gender identity or gender expression or both do not conform to that typically associated with the sex they were assigned at birth. So either their identity or the expression of gender or both do not comport with that which is assigned. Okay, I got it. But this is it. Let's go back now. And also, let's also, while we're at it, non-binary. See what I do? I look this up. Non-binary and gender queer, I don't want to complicate this, are umbrella terms for gender identities that are not solely male or female. You got it? You got this? Okay. So let's go back to the story. She was a biological female who identifies as transgender. Why don't they say is transgender? Again, this might be just a misprint, a misstatement, but let's assume, let's just go with this because I like how it's making us think. A woman, biological female, born biological female, identifies, is in essence simpatico with transgender, but non-binary. So let's start non-binary. Non-binary, neither male nor female, nor that which is typically depicted as such. You got it? Transgender, non-binary. So is that redundant? Maybe not. Non-binary, neither male nor female, or neither that which is typically accepted as such, that which is historically or socially or automatically, whatever. But transgender non-binary. But identified as transgender. Not is transgender, but identifies as non-binary. So does all of this mean a woman? Does, with each addition of a term, does it negate the preceding term and the subsequent term? Because let me tell you what this is, and this is the most interesting. By reading this, Nikki Hiltz is a woman who, irrespective of what she may think, as is her right, is a biological woman who is not a biological man running in a woman's sport. This is a woman who ran a race, a biological woman. And what you were thinking, irrespective of identification, it's still a woman who ran a race and won it as a woman. Which I don't want to say is cause for alarm or excitement, but that's really what it is. So it all comes down when you remove all of these adjectives and descriptors, and this turns out to be a woman who won a race as a woman, but who might identify and associate and consider herself a transgender non-binary. So a transgender is somebody who does not necessarily comport with a particular morphology or image of such. And the non-binary is somebody who falls not within either particular character. So I might be mistaken, but that to me seems like just amorphous, completely. It's kind of almost like an electronic cloud, like this, kind of a quantum mechanics probability or something. But either way, this is not the usual story of somebody who might object to a biological man who races as a man and wins races as a woman who wins a race. This is a woman who ran a woman's race and won, who happens to identify with a transgender non-binary. This has been, to me, one of the most fascinating issues. It's like one of those things I've always wondered as a kid. If you are born, this is not meant to be funny, but let's assume you are your normal affect, your normal face is that of a rictus, kind of a contorted rictus, and you went to have somebody draw for you a caricature of you when you look contorted, and as what would the caricature come out as? Would it be normal? Would it be a stick figure? Would it it's like the old joke? Remember this? Here's a drunk in an earthquake. One negates the other. It's fascinating. Fascinating. What do you think? Help me out with this one. I'd love to see your thoughts and comments. Please, my dear friend, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And don't forget our great sponsor, MyPillow.com. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel for your free gift and incredible sales. And now I ask you to comment as you see fit.